Live from Texas Stadium in Dallas, the NFL on CBS brings you an NFC East Division matchup. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. An important one indeed. A team many talked about as a Super Bowl candidate, the Eagles, off at 2-4. The Dallas Cowboys ahead of them, 3 victories and 4 defeats. Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Ryan with Irv Cross here at Texas Stadium. Kind of a surprising start, to say the least, for these two teams. And one of them down, the Eagles. One of them up, the Cowboys.
Well, the down team, Philadelphia, Tim, comes in here with a head coach in the last year of his contract. And even though they've lost 4 games so far this season, last night they told us that the only game they really felt they were out of was last week against the Washington Redskins. Now, as far as the Dallas Cowboys are concerned, they're approaching this game a little differently. Head coach Jimmy Johnson told me yesterday that if they were to lose this game today, it wouldn't make any difference. But if they were to win it, it would be a giant step in this franchise history because it would be their first victory under his leadership over a playoff caliber team.
Well, the series stands this way in terms of recent events. Since the strike year of '87, the Eagles have beaten the Cowboys 5 times, and that leads to a lot of that confidence Irv referred to. But for these Eagles, it is almost a critical game nearly halfway through the season. They must beat the Cowboys to get themselves back on track. Ken Willis will kick it off. And the deep man, Thomas Sanders, no, he lets it go to Jackson, number 83, and Jackson gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the Eagles will have a first down in reasonable field position. Manny Hendricks made the tackle. Randall Cunningham will lead out the Philadelphia Eagles. Their offense has struggled, particularly on the ground, and some finger pointers have pointed at this group: Heller, Shad, Alexander, Solt, Singletary, and the tight end Keith Jackson. Anthony Toney and Keith Byers will start at running backs. Rookie Fred Barnett and rookie Calvin Williams at the wideout positions. 4 of the Eagles starters at the beginning of the season out with injuries. Byers on first down. No gain. In fact, they'll lose a couple. Ken Norton, the linebacker, number 51, drove them out of bounds. Defensively, a good young defensive line that has been doing a good job. Daniel Stubbs, Jimmy Jones, Danny Noonan, and the veteran Jim Jeffcoat. The linebackers, Jack Del Rio, Eugene Lockhart in the middle, and Ken Norton, who just made the tackle. And a secondary that has Isaac Holt, the former Viking, and Manny Hendricks on the corners, Ray Horton and Vince Albritton are the safeties. Second down and 14. 4-yard loss on the first play for the Eagles. Play action, Cunningham trying to find an open man. Dipsy doodles his way upfield and takes a shot short of the first down. Jeffcoat with the hit, number 77. Jimmy Johnson, and wearing that lucky shirt, Irv. He refuses to call it lucky. On the other hand, he wore it last week, and despite an acerbic remark by one of the local Dallas writers about the sartorial aspect of it, he's got it on again.
Yeah, he said, I'm not superstitious, but some of my players are, so I'm wearing it again today because maybe my players expect me to. Of course, Buddy Ryan's not superstitious either.
Now, he's got the black hat on, but he's wearing the same waistline that he's now proud of. That off-season diet. Third down and long 3. Cunningham is battered up and knocked down. I believe Cunningham batting the ball away, preventing an interception. Might have been his tackle, Ron Heller. Yeah, Heller. Smart play by Heller because the ball was batted at the line of scrimmage. It could have been an interception here.
It was really a heads-up play by the Eagles offensive lineman. Heller batting his ball down. Cunningham trying to throw the ball inside, finds it batted up in the air by Tolbert. Now there it is. Here's a little volleyball play, and Heller batting it down the ground. Smart play.
Eagles punt taken at the 28-yard line. A loose ball on the punt return, and the Cowboys maintain possession. Rod Harris coughing up the ball. And I believe it was Hendricks who came up with it after Harris was hit hard and the ball came loose.
Tim, one of the things you want to do is, of course, keep that defensive line on the line of scrimmage. That last pass is batted up in the air because they penetrated. You can't allow that in your pass protection. Here comes the offense.
Only a 38-yard punt for Feagles of the Eagles. And so Dallas starts with excellent field position. First possession at their own 37. Shadows over the hole in Texas Stadium. On first down, Aikman fires out the left side. first down, Dallas to the 49. Mark Tuanay, Crawford Kerr, Mark Stepnoski, Giesick, Newton, and Jay Novacek, the tight end. Tommy Agee getting the start ahead of Alonzo Highsmith, Emmett Smith, the rookie, McKinnon and Martin, the wide receivers. Cowboys off to a good start at their own 49. One setback is Agee. Now Smith off the wing. It's Smith, the ball carrier. He was the lead man. No gain on the play. There's Clyde Simmons, number 96. Stopped him on the corner. Defensively, the Eagles front, perhaps the best in football, although they're missing starter Mike Pitts. Golick in there, Brown and Simmons on the right side with Reggie White on the left end. Joyner, Evans, Al Harris for the injured Jesse Small. Small out with a concussion, expected back next week. Ben Smith goes to the corner for the injured Izell Jenkins. Eric Allen on the other side. Hopkins and Waters are the safeties. Hopkins moving into Ben Smith's spot at the free safety. Second down and 10. And Smith forced wide. Good pursuit by Al Harris. Holds him to a gain of maybe 3. Harris, the 33-year-old veteran out of Arizona State, came over in Plan B, one of Buddy Ryan's defensive players with the Bears.
Pretty apparent early in the game right now, Tim, that the Cowboys plan to work on the left side of their offensive line, going against Clyde Simmons and Jerome Brown on the defensive front, running away from Reggie White. But really, you don't have many chances. You don't have any weaknesses at all up there up front with the Eagles. You can go to Clyde Simmons if you like, but he plays the run pretty tough.
Darrell Johnson has come in at fullback, replacing Agee. Michael Irvin is in as the third wide receiver. Third down and a long 6. Aikman sideline. Incomplete, intended for McKinnon, number 85. Aikman threw it on a rope, but out of bounds. So the Eagles stop the Cowboys on their first offensive possession. And on to punt comes Mike Saxon.
Tim, one reason why they're able to stop was that Reggie White moved from his normal in position right over the center's head. And when he comes inside there, everything collapsed. And really, Aikman didn't have a chance to really step up and throw when he wanted to. He was a little hurried on that pass.
Marvin Hargrove back to receive the punt. He's standing at the 10-yard line in Philadelphia. Each team has had one offensive series. No score. Keep that ball in play. Number 29, Kenneth Gant, just failed to keep it from going into the end zone.
There's a new line of cars on the block. A revolutionary way of thinking. That world-class standards should begin at home. With cars built to last, engineered to perform, designed to make you take notice. Introducing the new Ford Escort, a new line of thought, a new line of cars.
My main Yugoslavian and very sensitive Laker brother Vlade Divac looks a whole lot better now because he just shaved off his beard with the new Chic Slim Twin Plus with aloe.
How'd it go, Vlade?
Nema problema. Was the blade narrow enough?
Yeah, nema problema. How do you like the new aloe comfort strip?
I'm no longer irritating.
Try the new Slim Twin Plus with aloe. It reaches every place on every sensitive face.
So now make a good like me face?
Problema, Vlade. Big problema.
From Chic.
You know, people drive into my Meineke shop for a low price, and they get it. But I own this business, and I know the price isn't the only important thing. Service is important. Quality workmanship and attention to detail are important. Top-notch parts are important. In fact, at Meineke Discount Mufflers, nothing is unimportant. That's why the only thing we discount is price. At my shop and all the independently owned Meinekes nationwide, nothing is unimportant.
Fine punt by Saxon, 47 yards. He's been very good at dropping it in inside the 20-yard line since 1985, best in the league. Let's take a look at it, Herb.
Well, what they do, Tim, the punter tries to get this ball up high so the coverage guys can go down there and either catch it or bat it out before it goes in the end zone. Kenneth Gant almost comes up with it. A near miss for the Cowboys. It's almost like a pass play. You try to get it up real high and hope those coverage guys can get down and either catch the ball or bat it back.
Cunningham 21 of 42 in the losing cause against Washington last week. Took some heat from the Eagles fans, but he had a good day. Anthony Toney picks up 5 on first down. The running game is something that has been missing, even though Buddy Ryan expects a higher percentage of pass because he's got Randall Cunningham and good receivers. And nonetheless, the run has been something clearly here in the first 2 series Ryan is trying to establish against the Cowboys.
Not surprisingly so. You'd think that Randall Cunningham's reaction last night, he said, really hurts to hear the fans boo and react the way they have so often because these guys are really putting their best effort forward.
Second down and 5. Pressure on Cunningham. Neatly sidesteps the first one, but it's dropped in by Jimmy Jones. The rookie out of Miami, one of Jimmy Johnson's fine young defensive tackles with the Hurricanes.
Fine young defensive tackle indeed, Tim. Jimmy Johnson, number 97, working against Ron Salt. Just simply coming there, Jimmy Jones on a bull charge, breaks down that resistance from Salt, makes a sack, which is a very tough thing to do because Cunningham is pretty mobile back there, but Jones is also a guy who's pretty nimble on his feet. One of the things he can do well is run.
Jeffcoat had the first shot. Cunningham sidestepped him, but Jones got the job done. Third down, 15. Again, pressure on Cunningham. Upfield and inbounds. No. Calvin Williams made a fine leaping catch, but could not stay in bounds. So good pressure by the front of the Dallas Cowboys. Here it is again.
That front pressure was led again by Jimmy Jones. Putting the pressure now. Here comes the catch. The prairie catch. Calvin Williams just couldn't quite hang on. This Cowboy defense will give you the short stuff, not the long one, though.
Eagles gets the punt away. Fair catch signaled at the 43-yard line of Dallas by Rod Harris. They'll be back with no score at Texas Stadium.
Barbecue? Sure, but summer's over. Baggett? McDonald's? Hey, McRib. All right. I sure could go for some, fries and a Coke with that. A McRib pack. I'll take it. Hey, let's eat. Oops. Better do it now, huh? McRib. McDonald's. For food, folks, and fun.
Chomp.
What precision-built truck is also America's most popular value? What truck offers precise fits and finishes and a wider range of electronic fuel-injected engines? Ford trucks, the best ever. It's Ford Ranger, the precision-built truck that's widening the sales gap every day. The best-built, best-selling American trucks are built Ford tough.
Die Hard, America's most trusted replacement battery. Its breakthrough design gives you more power and more confidence from the start. Sears Die Hard, more power when you need it most.
The temperature never drops below Xerex. That's important to remember at a time like this, when it's very dark and very cold. Ah, you did remember Xerex Antifreeze. The temperature never drops below Xerex.
No score here at Texas Stadium. There was scoring yesterday in college football. Georgia Tech's victory saw Kevin Tisdale in the third quarter with the score 24-21 for Georgia Tech. Watch this. 85-yard kickoff return to lead the undefeated Ramblin' Wrecks to a 48-31 win over Duke. And next Saturday they take on #1 Virginia here on CBS. Our coverage begins at 2 Eastern with Andrea Joyce and Mike Francesa on College Football Today. Cowboys with, again, good field position at their own 43-yard line after a 41-yard punt by Fiegels. Diving grab by Kelvin Martin for a first down, Cowboys. Martin, number 83, four-year man out of Boston College.
You should expect this kind of a matchup today, Tim, because Ben Smith is playing on the corner for the first time this year. Played corner in college, but was a safety man prior to today. Kelvin Martin laying out on a short out. Does a pretty good job there, taking him deep and then breaking it off.
11-yard gain and a first down to the 45-yard line of the Eagles. Long count as Aikman evidently changing something up here. Goes with a running play to Emmitt Smith for a gain of about 4.
What happened was Aikman lined up behind his left guard. He started his cadence and realized he was behind the wrong guy, and they moved under his center and said, okay, everything's all right, guys. I'm okay. Let's get started.
Robert Kerr must have been surprised to find the quarterback behind him, and I guess it happened when Aikman was changing the call-up or calling out a snap count to the wide receivers. Didn't pay any attention to where he was.
Oh, boy.
Life's embarrassing moments for young quarterbacks in the NFL. No harm, no foul, however. A 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Aikman with time, but delivers a low pass intended for Kelvin Martin. Not a good throw by Aikman as Kelvin Martin was open. 3rd down.
This is the thing the Eagle defense does. It intimidates opponents. Number 59, Seth Joyner, coming from his linebacker position. Blitzes here. Even though Aikman gets rid of the ball, look at the shot he takes. Those kind of plays take their toll after a while. This guy's a pretty good blitzer.
Bear in mind the Eagles without 2 starters defensively. Mike Pitts gone for much of the season with a knee injury. Mike Golick has been playing there the last few weeks. Jesse Small, kicked in the head accidentally last week, is out with a concussion today. Al Harrison is the linebacker spot on the right side. Steve Kaufusi comes in now on 3rd down, and an extra defensive back. Flags fly before the ball came up.
Looked like John Gasick might have
Ball
moved too
start.
early.
Number 67, offense.
Yeah,
5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Mike Golick was over his head, and Gasick was a little premature. You'll see number 67 move here prior to the snap. There he goes. He's up and drew everybody offside. Again, when you have a pressured defensive line like the Eagles have, those offensive linemen, Tim, will oftentimes get just a little bit edgy because you know when the ball snaps, they're coming.
Howard Rowe is the referee today, number 33. So it is 3rd down and about 11. Cowboys go to the shotgun. Aikman almost picked off, a diving knockdown by Andre Waters. It's intended for the tight end, Novacek. Has been the favorite target of Aikman so far this season. 28 catches coming in.
Really a nice play on Waters' part, but the Cowboys today had their hot receiver, number 84, in the dogs, anticipating a blitz there. They went to Novacek, and Andre Waters just made a great play. You can talk about his hitting and everything else, but this guy's a ball hawk out there as well, Tim. He hits a little low on occasion, but he's a very aggressive football player.
Hargrove back again to receive the punt from Saxon. And Saxon trying to place that ball inside the 20 again. That one's going to, well, maybe not keep into the end zone. So Saxon delivers the goods and touches the ball. Is it in or out? Now one official seemed to indicate that it was outside, but it is being signaled a touchback. We'll be right back.
Street, fortunes are won and lost and won again before 10:30. Amid the halls of ivy, the best ideas often come and go before 10:30. And on the back lots of Hollywood, love often blooms and fades before 10:30. Which is why Federal Express delivers before 10:30 at more places around the country than anyone else. Federal Express, absolutely, positively the best in the business.
You're the top. You're the Coliseum. You're the top. You're the Louvre Museum. You're the best in beer. That's fact.
imported beer. Amstel Light, America's #1 imported light beer.
Monday. The new season's best comedy series is on Monday.
All right.
The funniest night of the week just got funnier. A special all-new Evening Shade, Monday.
Scoreless at Texas Stadium. There's Jimmy Johnson, the Dallas Cowboys coach. Thought maybe they had a great punt by Saxon, but it is a touchback from the 20-yard line. The Eagles will start. Long count by Cunningham. Starts Barnett in motion, and Tony, good running. May have a first down, mainly on individual effort. Let's go back and see that Saxon punt.
All right, Tim, one reason why this play was not good is because Ken Gant right there has his foot on the goal line. Once he does that, he's out of bounds. Even though he batted the ball back, he touched the goal line. That was it. Inches away.
So good effort again by Gant, who 2 punts in a row nearly came up with a good effort to help Saxon drop one near the goal line. But it is first down, Eagles at their 30. Good catch by Barnett for a first down to the 45. Little pressure on Cunningham, and he got the ball behind the rookie, the man they call Arkansas Fred, with the Eagles now out of Arkansas State.
Arkansas Fred has pretty good speed, but here he's just running a crossing pattern. The Cowboys running a zone defense. He just finds an opening in the zone there, settles in the hole, makes a catch. And there's Cunningham going down after taking a hit, after delivering that ball. Quarterbacks get hit an awful lot. You don't see it. Danny Noonan's the man who took him down.
And the best part of this Cowboys defense in the early part of the season through 7 games has been that front four. The veteran Jeffcoat, Noonan, Jimmy Jones playing for the injured Dean Hamill, and Daniel Stubbs. Been doing a good job. Tony is dropped this time right at the line of scrimmage. Underneath the stack is number 97, Jimmy Jones. Miami rookie. Quite a story, this young man. Missed a year of high school football because he needed to work to help his family. Dropped out of a semester of spring practice at the University of Miami for the same reason. And Jimmy Johnson, I think, feels lucky to have found him at all because he was recommended to him by a friend of his.
Yeah, he had never seen him play, and he had some scouts go out and take a look at some film from him in high school his junior year. And the day Jones walked into his office, Jimmy Johnson said, "Whoa, it's the first time I saw this guy. He's a great prospect," and signed him to a scholarship to Miami.
Same thing, some people might say. Tony, about an 8-yard gain. Eugene Lockhart made the stop down there. Well, they were going to send him to junior college originally, Johnson told us, and just said that once he had a look at him, as you said, he said, wow, what a specimen. I think we'll give him a chance here in Miami, and what a find he turned out to be. Drafted in the 3rd round this year by the Dallas Cowboys.
What an unusual young man, though, sacrificing his whatever career he might have had in life as an athlete or anything else he planned to do to help support his family. He's done that admirably.
3rd and 2, extra defensive backs in for the Cowboys, and Tolbert is a pass rusher. But Tony again running well, digs for about 4, maybe 5 yards, and a first down, Eagles to the 41-yard line. Ron Francis on the hit, number 38.
He also talks up front, Tim, obviously, but Tony working over his left guard finds an opening here, but comes upfield for a couple of yards before he's finally met by the defense. But the way they work up there, David Alexander, the offensive center for the Eagles, is the guy who controls all of the line blocking up there, and he told us last night when we talked to him that, you know, offensive linemen don't like to be singled out. So I hope my name isn't mentioned at all during the course of the game. Number 72, the man over the ball.
It's just been mentioned.
Yeah.
But for a good job. They're running the ball well, the Eagles here. Tony again. This time he stopped. Led by Jack Del Rio, the linebacker, who sliced in from the left side and met Tony right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Again, it was well blocked, though, Tim. The Eagles' offensive line sort of sealing everything off. Mike Shadd cutting off Danny Noonan, and David Alexander blocking down inside. Had an opening there, but the back couldn't quite squeeze through.
Schuler comes in to join Keith Jackson to make a double tight end here on 2nd and 10. Schuler lines up on the right side, Jackson on the left. Rich Kotite, the offensive coordinator, he's been taking some heat from Eagles fans. Byers couldn't hold on, and he's unhappy with himself. He had Albritton wrapped around him, but the ball was there. Byers just dropped him.
Really a sure-handed receiver. Byers plays a variety of positions for the Eagles, at running back or at wide receiver in the slot. Here he's out on the wing, coming upfield, trying to find an opening. Again, reading the defense, he sees a hole inside, turns inside. Normally, he would catch that ball. He is sure-handed, and no one's more disappointed in that play right now than Keith Byers.
So third down, 10 yards to go. Barnett late to come off the field for the Eagles. Out of the shotgun. Cunningham to Keith Jackson. Jackson has an Eagle first down to the 26-yard line of Dallas. Good effort by Cunningham. The initial receivers he was watching were covered, but he found Jackson. After scrambling a little bit, turns it into a 16-yard gain.
The offensive line did a pretty good job protecting initially, but then the secondary for the Cowboys does a great job of coverage. No one is open. Now, Cunningham has the ability to buy additional time, and he does. And Keith Jackson running a hook pattern in there, finding an open between the two linebackers, comes up with the first down. Jackson, who missed a lot of camp this year and only came in after the second game of the season, is really rounding into shape about this time.
Good drive underway for the Eagles. No score in the game. Byers can't hold on. Makes a good hit from Albritton. Second down. Good job by Vince Albritton. Albritton came into this game with 58 tackles, second only to Lockhart on the team.
Albritton hits like a linebacker because he was a linebacker before they moved him to safety. He's a big guy, about 212 pounds, and takes on Byers here. Byers, again, another catch he should have made, but Albritton having good position on him, trying to not only tackle him, but also break up the pass at the same time by whipping him out of bounds. Incomplete pass.
10th play of this drive. Sanders gets his first carry as an Eagle. Thomas Sanders picks up about 3 yards, replacing Anthony Toney. Thomas Sanders signed this past week, a former Chicago Bear out of Texas A&M. They've had 9 rushes and 2 passes on this drive, and that has not been the Eagles' style to this point of the season. So if they convert here on third down, something they've also had trouble with, it would establish a new dimension that they've been after.
Yeah. Well, Buddy told us they want to throw the ball about 70% of the time, which is a little different from most clubs. You want to go like about 60% run, 40% pass if at all possible. They're heavily oriented towards the passing game.
Byers holds on for the first down. A clutch grab by Keith Byers, going up against the coverage from Manny Hendricks. As soon as he had the ball on his fingers, Hendricks gave him a good shot. This time Byers held on.
A couple of things in this pattern, Tim. Byers is coming out of the backfield. Now when he comes to the sideline, there's a crown on this field that's very high. So that ball, when it's delivered, when he gets to the sideline, it's going to be higher than normal. Byers is aware of that. He told me before the pregame warm-up, he said that when we run sideline patterns, I'll have to probably jump because we're going downhill here.
Byers, as you can see, up there among the reception leaders, out of the backfield behind the wide receiver Andre Risons, having a great start catching the ball. This is Toney. Toney batters his way down to the 10-yard line. Gain of another 5 for Toney.
We talked about the complexion of that offensive backfield for the Eagles, Tim. It's an all-Texas backfield except for one guy, Keith Byers, and of course the quarterbacks. But Sanders from Texas A&M, Keith Sherman from Texas A&I, Roger Vicks from Texas A&M, Anthony Toney, Texas A&M, all Texas.
Bit of a homecoming down here for them in Dallas, I'm sure. Second and a long 5. Cunningham gets time, and he's got a man wide open. Toney, touchdown. So the Eagles jump on top with a very well executed drive against the Dallas Cowboys. A good split of run and pass for Rich Kotite's offense.
This play was particularly interesting, Tim, because he went to Anthony Toney for the touchdown. Normally he would go to Byers or Keith Jackson. This time he goes the opposite way. The Cowboy defense relaxes, and here comes Toney for the score.
So for the point after, Roger Ruzek, a former Cowboy. Eagles, the punter, holding. And it's good. So the Philadelphia Eagles have opened the scoring here at Texas Stadium, and they lead 7-0.
Some people see shaving as something you do for 3 minutes a day. At Braun, we see it as something you do for a lifetime. And we think you should make the best of it. The Braun Shaver, with its 3 shaving positions. Designed for those who choose to make a virtue out of necessity. Braun, the world's #1 selling foil shaver.
Guess what? I don't have the keys.
I don't have them either.
The side door.
The gleam of a brass chandelier.
Not open.
The window.
The embrace of a comfortable chair. The 100 other details that make an Ethan Allen house so nice to come home to. If you ever get home.
Maybe the garage.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a sale at your Ethan Allen Gallery.
While it's not unusual to find a four-wheel drive vehicle in an environment like this, you may be surprised to find an environment like this in a four-wheel drive vehicle. Ford Aerostar four-wheel drive with standard rear anti-lock brakes and a powerful 4-liter V6 engine. It handles the road as easily as it handles Mother Nature.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Live from Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, the NFL on CBS has the Eagles and the Cowboys in an important NFC East Division matchup with the Eagles on top, 7-0. Anthony Toney's 10-yard touchdown catch from Randall Cunningham, giving him the lead after an impressive drive that took 7:04 off the clock. Roger Ruzek will kick it off. 80 yards in 13 plays, but most interestingly, 7 rushes and 6 passes. So a good mix and effective running, which has been a problem for the Eagles so far this season. Dixon and Wright are the deep men for the Cowboys. Shadows coming in through that hole in the roof here at Texas Stadium. We apologize for your video. Dixon kicked it around a little bit. Recovers and gets out to the 22-yard line. And the Cowboys will take over there. Let's go back and look at the touchdown play.
The reason why this touchdown worked, Tim, is that Cunningham looks off the secondary, looking to his left. They all shift that way. Then he turns back and hits Toney, going out into the flat to his right side. There's an easy score, a 10-yard touchdown, only because the quarterback looked everybody off.
Lovely touch on the ball over the linebacker to Toney in the corner. And I think some justification in Toney getting the catch because he had run the ball very effectively on the drive. First down, Cowboys from their own 22-yard line. Troy Aikman will try to get the Cowboys upfield. Agee. Good running by Tommy Agee for a first down, Dallas. The third-year man from Auburn came over as a Plan B free agent from Kansas City, has moved into a starting role.
Tough playoff tackle, Crawford Kerr, number 68, taking on Jerome Brown, man-on-man, and Tuine, number 71, doing the same with Clyde Simmons. Do a good job sealing things off, and Tom Agee comes right off their hips for a big gain. It's well-blocked play.
81 yards rushing on 22 carries coming into the game. Got the starting role ahead of Alonzo Highsmith, who had become the starter after he came over from Houston. Lost his job to Agee. And was in primarily a blocking back in college, showing he can run it. This time he is stuffed. To make it Emmitt Smith on the carry that time and stopped. Very little, if any, gain on the play, and the gun sounds. The end of the first quarter. With the score, the Philadelphia Eagles 7. The Dallas Cowboys nothing.
They struggled for years. Now they're #1 in the nation. Top-ranked Virginia and Heisman hopeful Sean Moore face their toughest test of the season against Georgia Tech next Saturday.
I guess Jennifer and I were like any young couple, excited at knowing that we would soon have our first child. I'm Terry Hogue of the NFL's Philadelphia Eagles, and this is my wife, Jennifer. I was fortunate enough to be there in the delivery room. And love, I suddenly realized that our world had been shattered.
The expressions on our doctors' faces told us something was wrong. We learned our son would survive, but he only had one kidney, and his lower left side below his waist had not developed.
But we also came to the realization that there are parents who must face the same challenges we did without the resources to give their children.
But the United Way agencies here in Philadelphia are helping children like Christopher.
And now I'd like for you to meet our son, Christopher. The surgeries he's had helped correct his right leg, and you are giving children just like Christopher that same chance at life when you give to the United Way. The United Way. It brings out the best in all of us.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? Federal Express for documents, packages, and freight worldwide. Absolutely, positively the best in the business. And by Heineken and Amstel Light. They're the top.
Tim Ryan with Irv Cross. It sold out Texas Stadium, the first sellout since last November, and the only sellout they had a year ago was when the 49ers were here, and they didn't sell out a game in 1988. So the fact that they're off to a 3-4 start, and mainly the fact that it's Buddy Ryan and the Eagles who are in town, has produced a sellout here today, although Jerry Jones will point out they have already sold out their next home date, once again against the Super Bowl champion 49ers. But they're creating some excitement here in Dallas with this young team. 2nd and 10. Aikman looks left, comes back right, and throws it out of bounds. Martin, the intended receiver over there, that he saw the defender Eric Allen coming up. Aikman just fired it out. You can see how things are improving here under the new regime. The average attendance for 1990, quite a jump over 89, and the slumping years of the Cowboys after being America's team has been a painful thing for Cowboy fans. And now there's reason for optimism, and especially so, Irv, when you look at all the draft choices they still have in the next couple of years.
Draft choices coming up, and the nucleus of some young players here who seem to be getting better and better from week to week. And particularly at the quarterback spot, Aikman seems to have complete control of this offense. They've simplified it for him, but he's very effective with it.
Frizzell and Lilly into the secondary on the passing down, 3rd and 10. Aikman escapes and gets it off to Novacek. Novacek bounces off the tackler for a first down. Cowboys to midfield. Sammy Lilly bounced him out.
A couple things have happened here, Tim. First of all, Aikman didn't panic. Even though he had heat, he stood in the pocket very coolly and picked up his alternate receiver, in this case, Jay Novacek. Now, Novacek is an outstanding athlete. He was a decathlete in college. Runs about a 10-800 meters, pole vault 17 feet, high jump 6'8". An outstanding athlete with very good hands.
28 catches coming into the game. He's been the main man for Aikman in this fairly conservative pass offense that they've built for the young quarterback. Good play here, and Aikman can run it. About a 7-yard gain for Aikman on a naked bootleg out to the right. Joyner forced him out. Eagles have Cunningham who can run. Cowboys have Aikman.
Sure do. They called this play right at the right time. Number 90, Mike Golick, is the end over here, responsible for containment. But he goes down inside, and Aikman finds himself out there all alone, facing no one but the linebacker, Seth Joyner. And Aikman wins that foot race. So Golick, for some reason, went down inside rather than contain, as his defensive end assignment would normally have him do.
2nd down and a long 2 for the Cowboys. Are in Eagles territory at the 42-yard line. Emmitt Smith, the rookie, gets away from the first man, tripped up by the second. Has the first down. Hopkins got him. Simmons had a shot at him, but the rookie Smith from Florida got away.
Well, I tell you, the thing that makes this play go again, Simmons, at his defensive end position, is going to come up and find himself confronted one-on-one here with the back. Now watch what he does here with this little move. You can go either inside or out. And Simmons takes the bite inside, and there goes Mr. Smith. That's a lot of quickness there. Very impressive move.
Emmitt Smith coming in with 321 yards rushing. Quick flare off the left side. Good coverage by Eric Allen. Kelvin Martin got about 4 on the play. Pretty hard to beat that Eric Allen out the right side or the left side offensively. He is having an outstanding year, although he's unhappy. Irv, he says, I'm not getting enough action. I'm getting bored, to use his term.
Yeah, no, he won some interceptions. There's the babe who's been all over the league. Number 15.
He sure has. Dave Laufenberg, when they traded Steve Walsh, became the number 2 here. He hasn't thrown a pass in real play since 1988 for the Chargers, but he has a great attitude, and he likes Troy Aikman personally and professionally.
Go forward!
Aikman off for Agee. Agee trying to get to the marker, and he does so. First down, Dallas. Al Harris drove him out of bounds. Aikman delivers to Agee.
Okay. The reason why this play goes, Tim, is at number 59, Seth Joyner from his linebacker position blitzes. Now the Cowboys have a rule, throw the ball to the side where he had a vacated blitzer. Joyner comes, and he hits Agee in the flat for the completion. He's the hot receiver on the dog. The first down.
At the 26-yard line of the Eagles, so the Cowboys constructing a good drive here, down 7-0 in the second quarter. Novacek in the slot left. Good speed, as Irv said, but the pressure comes from Simmons, and he has Aikman wrapped up. A sack back to the 40-yard line.
Tim, it's very difficult to contain the Eagles' front 4 all game long. If you double team on one side with Reggie White, you find Clyde Simmons working one-on-one. He's working one-on-one on 2-A, breaks down 2-A's block, just goes right around him with a speed rush, making the sack. Again, a big man who has great quickness, picking up a sack.
First sack of the season for Simmons. He had 15.5 last year, and he's been bothered with an Achilles injury that's been kind of hanging on and slowing him down. So I'm sure he's happy to get number 1 of the season. Second down and long. Back out inside the 40 now. They go inside with a handout to Agee. Good running. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and an extra yard from there to leave 3rd down and 9 at the 25 of Philadelphia.
A couple of ways to contain a fast rushing defensive line, Tim. You run screens, you also trap. This is the trap play. Number 68, Crawford Kerr coming across, picking up his block on Golick, and the hole is cleared out, and Agee does the rest. Very impressive play, picking up the Eagles just where they wanted them, in a fast rushing pass rush, and kicked them out with the trap.
11th play of this Cowboy drive, but they have a 3rd and 9 facing them here. Eagles jump around. Simmons moves to the right side. Joyner showing blitz. Good protection for it. He's got Agee out of the backfield, but they stop him short of the first down. Seth Joyner and Andre Waters. It'll be 4th down.
You get the feeling, Tim, that this game progresses, that the Cowboys are beginning to gain a little more confidence.
They've got some, Irv. They're going for it here.
Sure.
4th down. They've got 4th and 2, and Jimmy Johnson is going to go for it. That's a terrific morale booster for a young team, isn't it?
Well, it is. What he's telling his football team is that we're going to stand in here toe-to-toe with this stuff. If we're going to beat them, we're going to beat them up front with our offensive line against their defensive line. And I'm giving you the chance right now to see how good you are.
Alonzo Highsmith has joined Smith in the backfield. Rolling left Aikman. First down to the 10-yard line. Boy, they got him clean, and he just ran away from the defensive end. Simmons. first down at the 10-yard line. Dallas trying to tie it up. McKinnon in motion out of the slot. Emmitt Smith. Good pursuit. A flag comes down. Initial charge led by a blitzing Hopkins. And then it was Ben Smith hauling him down for no gain at the 10. A flag in the defensive backfield. And the sign is against Dallas.
That last play that Aikman ran on the bootleg, faking the ball one way and rolling out the opposite way. Clyde Simmons, the defensive end for the Eagles on that side.
Repeat first down.
Again, was responsible for containment, but came down inside. Aikman, who has terrific speed. He's not the kind of runner Cunningham is, but he is a great running quarterback. Picked up that crucial first down.
Holding penalty against the Cowboys back to the 20-yard line. First down and 20 for the Cowboys. Novacek, the tight end, split wide. They can do that with him because he can run. Aikman interception. Hopkins. Wes Hopkins read that all the way. Stepped in front of McKinnon and picked off an easy intercept from the young quarterback, Aikman.
Wes Hopkins is playing that free safety spot because Ben Smith is playing on the corner for an injured ISL Jenkins. Hopkins said he's back this year, he's playing well, and he loves playing inside of free safety. Picking off that interception there for a big turnover for the Eagles.
You've heard it said before. It's not just what you say. It's how you say it. LaserJet printers from Hewlett-Packard. They'll get you noticed.
To understand Hong Kong, you have to understand its customs, its mystery, its people. You have to know what makes a good impression and what offends. For over 40 years, we've been learning about Asia. So in addition to convenient daily service to Hong Kong, we can give you something no other U.S. airline can. The knowledge that comes after 40 years of helping people do business in Asia.
It's back! The Domino's Pepperoni Pizza Feast is back! More pepperoni and extra cheese for only $7.99. And another one for just $4 more. But only for a limited time. Call now.
Some people think it's a great idea for you to buy a second-rate antifreeze. Not all antifreeze is the same. Nothing beats Presto. And that's something you might appreciate down the road.
Here at Texas Stadium, the Eagles have stopped a good Dallas drive with an interception by Wes Hopkins. Nonetheless, the young Cowboy team showing a lot of confidence on that march.
Well, a lot of spunk, but keep in mind that was a key interception for the Eagles. Obviously, the Cowboys on a scoring drive, and they stopped it. But Buddy Ryan told us last night, we are a team of turnovers. We have to take the ball away.
Well, that's something that's been missing from the Eagles in their first 6 games. Sanders on first down got about a yard and a half. It didn't take long to get Thomas Sanders involved in the offense. Apparently, Buddy Ryan saying a terminology much like he was used to at the Bears.
Hey, the tight end over here is 17 Frisco. All right? Just contain him. Up the field, Reggie. Your plays are going to come. Play your responsibility and tackle.
That's Jeff Fisher, the defensive coordinator. Yet another former Bear defensive back. On second down, Sanders again. Sanders trying to cut it back, nowhere to go. He is buried for a loss.
But Tim, the key thing that Jeff Fisher told his defense was contain him. Stay upfield, contain him. Don't let him roll outside of you.
Well, that's what the Cowboys just did to the Eagles offense. Noonan and Lockhart dropping Sanders for a loss. And it'll be third down and 12. Jimmy Johnson checking his defense on this big third down play. They've got the Eagles back at their own 20-yard line. They don't want to let them escape here. 7-0 football game. Second quarter. Calvin Williams in motion. Good protection. And it is broken up nicely. A flag down, however. Isaac Holt, I believe, is going to be charged with interference. The intended receiver was Barnett. And that's a big break because Holt, it appeared, did a good job knocking the pass away, but he may have pushed Barnett before he got the hand in there.
Tim,
the old defensive back, Irv Cross. Let's see if you sympathize with the defender.
I'm not gonna sympathize with it. I'm gonna tell you like it is. That was a good play by Holt. But what happens sometimes if the official is behind you, he thinks you've had body contact. Watch this. Holt comes over the shoulder and knocks the ball away. Then he hits him. That's a legal play. But the official who called the penalty was behind the defender and couldn't see that he was clear when he knocked down the ball. It was really a great defensive play. That happens every now and then to defensive backs. Of course, Jimmy Johnson doesn't like it.
He's more excited than you are about that call against his defender.
Well, the secondary, you work so hard to make a great play. When you see one, you appreciate it and you hate to see a flag thrown.
Well, it was a tough call. First down, however, for the Eagles. And Tony now on a screen. It's about 5. Good pursuit by the Cowboys. Jimmy Jones came right out of his hat making the tackle, the rookie left side tackle number 97. Saints leading Detroit 7-0. Miami off to a great start this season. Buffalo, as expected, on top of New England. Jets with an early lead over the Oilers, who can pile up some points in a hurry. It's second down. It'll be a long 5 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now out at their 36-yard line, leading 7-0. Second quarter. Good pursuit on Cunningham. He eludes it. He'll run it for the first down. To the 43-yard line of Philadelphia. Good coverage downfield by the Eagles. A little better work in their secondary than I think the Eagles expected.
That's right. The good coverage in the secondary, but you really can't do much about this. Cunningham on a 5-step drop going back into the pocket is flushed out early when Danny Noonan, number 73, shows. Now, here's where his athletic ability takes over. Few quarterbacks can do this. Coming up the field nonchalantly, picking up a first down, rolling out of that pocket. He buys time all the time that way, and it puts an awful lot of pressure on opposing defenses.
First down, Eagles at their 43. Tony, and this time the Dallas defensive front 4 stops the run. Daniel Stubbs came over from San Francisco on a trade. Another former Miami Hurricane player, well known to Jimmy Johnson. Number 96. You know, when you look back at that Walker deal, you've got Howard, Holt, and Solomon. Holt, a starter. Solomon, who could be before the season is out for the Cowboys, now that he's signed again. The linebacker, Jesse Solomon, and David Howard, a good backup. And then Emmitt Smith as a number 1 pick, and Stubbs, all involved in direct trade or draft choices from the Walker deal. Second and 11. Fires out of the backfield. Good defensive reaction by the Cowboys. Holds into about a 4-yard gain. Brings up third down. Del Rio on the stop. Word that Tommy Agee suffered slightly bruised ribs. Is expected back into the offensive lineup of the Cowboys, and their backup fullback, Darrell Johnson, also injured back in the first quarter.
Tim, Randall Cunningham told us last night, anticipating a lot of zone coverages from the Cowboys, they would like to put number 41 Byers and number 88 Keith Jackson opposite one another, so they can then go ahead and split those zones. And right now, you have both of them lined up on the same side of the field. They wanted to have them on opposite sides of the formation, so the Cowboys wouldn't have any keys.
Cunningham again with time, and may have the first down depending on the spot. Keith Jackson takes a big hit but held onto the ball, was driven back, and they're going to spot him a first down where he caught it. And that's in Dallas territory at the 46.
Keith Jackson is a big tight end with speed who can get deep, Tim, but he also does a good job on patterns like this when you have him turn in. Here he is inside the defensive back on a hook pattern. He's such a big target when he turns his back. The defensive back really can't see the ball coming. Keith Jackson makes a catch.
Albritton, a 220-pound safety, certainly one of the biggest in the league. You can see the power and strength he has driving Jackson back. The Eagles driving again in Dallas territory at the 46. 3:57 remaining in the first half. Again, good protection for Cunningham. He's got his man, and it's dropped. Calvin Williams, another tough hit by Isaac Holt. He had a couple of good licks in last week's victory against Tampa Bay, in addition to 2 interceptions.
Tim, that's one of those cases where you have a big defensive back who just sort of takes advantage of a smaller receiver. Calvin Williams is only about 181 pounds, but watch the angle Isaac Holt has in here. He puts his shoulder in there and drives that ball out with a pretty solid tackle.
They've got good size in their secondary. We mentioned Albritton at 220. Holt goes nearly 200. Horton, the other safety, 185. Hendricks at 175, the smallest. Again, Cunningham, and trying to get it to Byers. There was a grab on him by Norton. A late flag comes down. No question, Norton had a hold of Byers' shirt. Whether he could have caught the ball may be up for grabs, but it looks like they're going to call Norton.
Tim, I would credit that call to the fans. No doubt about it. You know, the officials were all looking at it. Byers' shirt was grabbed by Norton. Whether he could have made the catch or not, I don't know, but he did slow him down by grabbing his jersey. It's a defensive holding call, but the officials, again, didn't call it until after there's a reaction from the crowd. Now, here comes number 41, Byers, going out. Norton, who has real good speed, can run with him, but look at this. Grabs his jersey, slows him down, and he got in that position, Tim, because he let Byers get too close to him. With his speed, he can run stride for stride with Byers.
So it is an interference call.
It's probably going to be defensive holding, a 5-yard penalty, and first down.
Dallas's 4th penalty of this first half puts the ball at the 32-yard line. Howard Rowe, the referee, assesses the interference call against Ken Norton, the linebacker, and the Eagles now at the 32 of Dallas. 3:44, and as you might expect, boos from the crowd at the call. Sherman down to the 20-yard line. Keith Sherman running behind a huge hole on the right side behind Solt and Singletary.
Tim, remember we were talking to Rich Kotite earlier in the season. He said one thing we have to do with our running game is get off tackle. They have a 36 and 37 blunt, which is a play where the halfback goes off tackle to the left or off tackle to the right. And if they can get that play going, they can run everything in their offensive scheme. Today, they're running that play very well.
They've been running the ball generally very well against this active and aggressive front four of the Dallas Cowboys. Saw Jim McMahon on the sideline sporting one of those new hats, zebra stripes, and Eagles colors. First down. Cunningham this time runs out of protection and still turns it upfield. He's got running room and romps out at the 15. Cunningham saves the day again. For an update, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Tim, you had to wonder with all the talk of a possible indictment if Donald Igwebuike's performance on the field would be affected. Well, from 20 yards out, he nails the chip shot and pulls the Vikings into a 3-3 tie with the Packers in Milwaukee. Let's go back to Dallas. Tim Ryan and Herb Cross.
Thank you, Greg. Well, an important game in the Central Division. The disappointing Vikings trying to somehow crank it up here. And Green Bay off to a disappointing start as well. Sherman on a pitch shot. Takes it inside. Breaks loose. The ball comes loose. Albritton picked it out of midair. The Cowboys have it. So the Eagles stop the Cowboys down deep. And the Cowboys have returned the favor.
The Chevy Corsica has better aerodynamics than a Porsche 928 and a gas-charged independent front suspension, which helps you hold the road. Corsica also has a new user-friendly interior, which helps you hold the most important things. It's a very comforting way more people are winning with.
The heartbeat of America. That's today's Chevrolet.
And now it's easy to win with an efficient new Chevy Corsica.
Okay, Harry, grab the button. I think we're out of here.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
Your bag.
Hi, I'm Harry.
So am I.
Well, there you are.
You are not going to believe this.
This Halloween, replenish your Bud supply. Pick up Budweiser, Bud Light, Bud Dry.
What's your Bud type?
Look, I used to really be into designer labels. I have a closet full of suits with foreign names and shirts with alligators on them. One day, I happened to stop into Anderson Little, and I noticed they have the same quality wool suits that I usually get. But I'm spending hundreds less. I'm spending hundreds less. And I'm thinking, my wife's right. I am a jerk.
Now through Monday, $100 off Strathmore pure wool suits.
For almost 2 years, Salman Rushdie has been in hiding from Muslims who have vowed to kill him. Tonight, Mike Wallace talks him out of hiding and on to 60 Minutes.
Take a look at that play just before we went into commercial. Number 23, Heath Sherman's the ball carrier. Now watch number 56, Gene Lockhart, the middle linebacker, rip that ball out of there. He's in pretty good position, takes it away, and it pops up in the air. And Vince Albritton comes up with a recovery. Big turnover for the Cowboys.
11 plays in the drive for 65 yards for the Eagles, only to be stopped on the turnover as they had done to Dallas. Dallas had gone 13 plays, taken 7:16 off the clock, only to lose the ball down at the Eagles' end of the field. Agee stopped by Andre Waters, and there'll be maybe a loss of about a yard on the play. Let's see where they spot it. Well, right at the line of scrimmage. Approaching the 2-minute warning first half. And the Eagles take a timeout with 2:12 to play. Make it 2:10 in the first half. Philadelphia on top by 7.
It started with close and comfortable. Now the new Norelco razor brings you even closer with the same legendary comfort. To reach this new level of shaving perfection, our patented lift and cut system has been improved to lift each hair and cut it even closer without the blades touching your skin. So you get an even closer shave with the same incredible comfort. The new Norelco. It's more than a great shave. It's a whole new level of closeness and comfort.
Last year, more truck owners switched to Chevrolet than to any other truck.
Listen to the heartbeat.
Nearly 200,000 in just 1 year. So if you're still not driving a Chevy, what are you waiting for? More people are winning with
the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
Walk into a television showroom, and someone will probably try to sell you a set with a foreign name on it. Before you see their choice, ask to see yours. Ask to see the first TVs that combine digital video and audio, with a performance to back it up. Ask for picture-in-picture with triple flashbacks. Ask for a single remote that can learn to run everything. Ask to see a Zenith. For true innovation in television, quality never looked more like a Zenith.
Has the Flash met his match? I think I'm losing it. I got the Flash's hand. How can we lose? Thursday.
We're at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, and the first half about to finish up here. Tim Ryan and Irv Cross with 2:10 left to go first half. The Eagles lead at 7-0, but they just coughed up the ball, and a fumble by Heath Sherman, stripped away by Lockhart. Vince Albritton recovered. It is 2nd and 10, Dallas at their own 6. Aikman from near the goal line finds Novacek. Pulled down by Byron Evans, the middle linebacker, who saw the play coming, but Aikman put the ball right in the hands of Novacek, and we've reached the 2-minute warning.
A6, hurry and you'll make it.
Delta Airlines ticket agent Sam Singletary knows how to get people moving.
Mr. Franklin, your bag.
But sometimes he has to show off a few moves of his own. The kind of moves that made him a first-string halfback. Sam Singletary shares a feeling with everyone at Delta. He loves what he's doing, and it shows.
We love to fly,
He's the kid.
and it shows.
Getting to know
Geostorm. Great way to get away. 16 valves. Hello, road. The turns. The hills. This is it.
Get to know Geostorm and tame Wild Road.
Now this could be contagious.
Catch one now at your Chevrolet Geo dealer.
Can Murphy work off stress with a guru?
He's all peace and love, and then one day the police find his mother in a hefty bag in the freezer.
She's Emmy-winning Murphy Brown. Monday. Treat yourself to Halloween magic with the blockbuster comedy
Beetlejuice.
Barbara and Adam have joined the dearly departed.
We're dead.
And the only one who can help them is a ghoul with ghostly manners.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Batman's Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, and Gina Davis take a hilarious romp through the spirit world.
Learn to throw your voice, fool your friends, fun and party.
Beetlejuice, Tuesday.
Showtime.
7-0 Philadelphia lead. 2 minutes to go first half. The only score by Anthony Toney on a 10-yard touchdown pass from Randall Cunningham. Eagles with a pair of timeouts remaining. Dallas with all three. Let's look at that touchdown again.
The reason why I went to him again, Cunningham looked off the defense and came back the other way to Toney, who's wide open here in the end zone for the 10-yard score.
And the Eagles running and passing the ball effectively through the first half, and all of the Bounty Bowl talk turned out to be the bowl that Buddy Ryan himself would term it, and both coaches trying to downplay that. It's been a very cleanly played first half. The Dallas Cowboys stopping the Eagles on their last drive. Eugene Lockhart stripping the ball, and they have a first down at their own 20-yard line. Aikman for Novacek again, who holds on despite a tough hit from Hopkins and from Ben Smith. Novacek again a key player in the pass game.
Key player when they're blitzing, also a key player against the zone. This is zone coverage. The Eagles lay off here. When you bring a tight end across the zone, he has an opportunity to break into several openings across the field. Here he picks up the catch. Finally brought down there, but nice throw, nice catch.
So it's at the 32-yard line. As you see, Novacek leading the league among the tight ends into today, and has added a few more. He's just having a great year since coming over as a Plan B free agent from the Phoenix Cardinals, where new coach Joe Bugel felt that he couldn't block well enough to fit into his offensive scheme. Early action by Reggie White brings a flag, and Aikman goes down on a hit from Joyner. The ball loose, recovered by the Cowboys. Now the Eagles, they have it inside the 10. Let's see what happens with the flags. It'll all go back to whether White jumped or was drawn. Everything else happened after that may just be negated.
I guess they're calling outsides on the Eagles. He did jump. He wasn't drawn off. He jumped. But, everything was falling apart there.
Defense, offside, number 92, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Well, we're now hearing the referee. That's Howard Rowe calling White. You can see he jumped offside without being drawn. Number 92. So that despite the fact that Golick wound up with a loose ball inside the 10, it's Dallas ball up at their own 39, and we have 1:44 still to play in the first half.
Did you see where he was? He was right over the center and in a linebacker position, standing up in a 2-point stance. He's going to blitz Ike Aikman right up the center. Whoa.
First and 5. Agee nowhere to go. The Eagles swarm him, a loss of a yard of the play. Some boos come from the crowd here who wanted a more exciting play on that first down, but the Cowboys, with 1:37 still to go, take a timeout.
Nothing beats USA. Nothing beats what we've got here. Nothing beats clean, crisp, cold. Nothing beats the king of beer. Yeah. Nothing beats the bad down. Nothing beats the bad down. Nothing beats the Budweiser. Nothing beats the Bud.
Here's a
another demonstration of Chevy versus Ford. We're loading up these full-size pickups with recyclables. The Chevy has a standard payload advantage of over 400 pounds.
That's a pile of payload the Ford leaves behind.
No wonder so many truck owners recycle their trucks for Chevys. More people are winning with the heartbeat of America.
Now it's easy to win with the heartbeat.
We're looking for a few good men with a medal to be Marines.
You guys just think you're so bad.
This is bad.
Hot and spicy chicken. So good, it's bad.
This isn't bad. This is good. This is incredibly good. I say something bad?
This October at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Tim Ryan and Irv Cross. Texas Stadium, 1:37 to play. 7-0 Philadelphia lead Dallas football. Lots of action ahead. The Redskins at the Giants, the unbeaten New York Giants at 6-0. And some of you will see Chicago at Phoenix, and the Bears off to a great start at 5-1.
Then Washington and the Giants played at RFK Stadium a few weeks ago, and head coach Joe Gibbs felt they played well enough to win that game. So he's going to get a second chance today.
Now, Dallas has not done too well in the first half of recent games, as you can see. See if they can do something here in the final minute 37. They get it out quickly to left side to Alexander Wright, the rookie number 2 pick from Auburn. He can fly, but that time he was wrapped up before he could get started.
He can fly indeed, Tim. He has 4.25 speed, which puts him at world-class sprinter speed. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go deep here.
They did get the first down to the 46-yard line of Dallas. And they go short again to the tight end Novacek. The Eagles know the ball's coming to this guy, but they just can't stop him. They're holding him in check, but they haven't been able to stop him from catching the football.
He's a pretty clever receiver, though, Tim. He has the option to read where he cuts in or out, depending on the defense he sees, and he and Aikman are timed up pretty well.
Aikman took the shot, but got the ball off to Kelvin Martin for another Cowboy first down, out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Very simple offensive philosophy, Tim. If a team is going to lay off and play a zone defense, you take what they give you. And this is basically what the Cowboys have done. Now, they're inside the 40-yard line with, 47 seconds left to go on the clock. There's an awful lot of time here yet. They can still pick and peck for a few more short passes and then try one in the end zone.
Interesting signal there by Laufenberg. He gave the choke sign. I'm sure that's not what he wants Aikman to do here. It's first down at the 39-yard line. Spot of the ball out of bounds. 47 seconds left. Aikman under pressure, this time trying to get it out to right off the target. It'll be 2nd and 10, and a flag down again at the line of scrimmage.
The one thing that stands out in my mind in this game so far in the first half, Tim, is the job Nate Newton has done.
Defense, number 59, offside, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
With Reggie White. White, when he's lined up in his left end position, has not been that effective from that spot. He's done most of his damage over the center's nose.
An offside call against Joyner of the Eagles. Leaves a 1st and 5 coming up at halftime. The NFL Today, Greg and Terry scores and highlights. 1st and 5. 34. 44 seconds remaining. Out for A.G. and Aikman off the mark. The hit by Lilly on A.G. Just as the ball arrived, he had to spin around to try and grab it. With Lilly there, he had no chance.
I think A.G. sensed Lilly was there before the ball arrived and almost short-armed that when the ball was behind him a little bit, but Lilly, making his presence known quickly, showed quickly because he was in a one-on-one coverage and disrupted the play.
It'll be 2nd and 5. Ken Willis, the field goal kicker, waiting his opportunity. He's 6 of 9. His longest so far this year from 41 yards away. They think he is mechanically one of the most impressive young kickers in football. Cowboys would like to get it in the end zone. Tied up, Aikman, and he has that right on the money for a first down, Dallas. Kelvin Martin, a diving grab at the 25. Lilly and Joyner on the coverage. 28 seconds remaining.
Attackers can hide under cars, so check underneath as you approach. Keep a small flashlight on your keyring to help you see, or ask someone to walk you to your car. Learn more in the driver security book, free from Shell.
We're back, and the question is whether or not Martin made a catch. Watch this ball when it's delivered. Kelvin Martin will lay out. He has his hands on it here now, but does he have the ball under control when he hits the ground?
I think so.
You think so, Tim?
Yeah, I thought so live when our view was actually better than that one on the replay. I think he had the ball lying on top of his forearm when he hit the ground.
Well, the officials ruled it was a catch, too, so they agree with you.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. It's not always the case. First down, Dallas at the 25-yard line. 10th play of this drive, and Aikman 6 of 7 during this drive. 59 yards they have so far to the 25, trying to get to the end zone. They rush on, and he had to unload as Joyner came in free. A breakdown there by the Dallas Cowboys. Aikman just had to chuck that thing away in a big hurry. Remember, the Eagles without Jesse Small, who can create havoc blitzing as well. He's out with a head injury today. Al Harris doesn't have the speed of foot that Small does, so Joyner's been doing double duty, blitzing.
Really quick thinking on Troy Aikman's part, too, because he really didn't have a chance to set up to deliver a pass, and he saw Joyner right away and simply threw the ball away to stop the clock and keep his drive alive.
25 seconds remain, first half. 7-0 Eagle lead. Second and 10 from the 25. Incomplete, intended for Michael Irvin. First ball thrown Irvin's way. He had the winning score last week against Tampa Bay.
Tim, the receiver, when he runs a pattern like this, has to break inside, keep going. Michael Irvin gives up here a little bit. He sort of stops here, and that's one reason why he dropped this ball. Had he taken one more step, he could have caught it in full stride, continued on.
Another reason might have been Ben Smith coming at him full bore.
Yeah, well, Ben Smith didn't yield. He stood right there. I guess he decided if he's not going to move, I better stop.
Ben Smith, the 185-pound rookie from Georgia, had a reputation as a big hitter in college and has brought it into the pros. He hurts people. 3rd and 10.
He likes to mix it up.
Big play, clearly, for Dallas here. Aikman gets time. Deep for Irvin, out of bounds. Smith had the coverage. Irvin had no chance to catch that one. And it brings up 4th down. And Ken Willis comes on. Willis with a long of 41 on the season. Dale Pelestray will come in to snap it, and Novacek, the tight end, talked about what a good athlete he is. They use him to hold for the kicker.
Very soft hands. I asked him, why is it you wound up holding for the kicker? Normally you had the backup quarterback doing it. He said, well, they asked me to try it, and I tried it. I'm still doing it. He does it pretty well.
A 43-yard attempt for Willis, his longest, if he makes it, of the season. Low snap. Novacek handled it well, and Willis delivered. 13 seconds to play. Philadelphia by 4.
There was magic in that ballpark. We both felt it. Dad handed me his Minolta Maxim 5009.
Clark digs in. Bulldog into his windup.
No snapshot camera is this special because Maxim has it all. Telephoto zoom for detail. Ultra-fast autofocus.
Lucky shot, rookie.
Even built-in flash.
Wow.
Experience the magic of Maxim. Only from the mind of Minolta.
Tim Ryan, Irv Cross, Texas Stadium in Dallas. A beautiful sunny afternoon, 73 degrees at kickoff. And the Cowboys going 68 yards in 13 plays, a 43-yard field goal culminating. 13 seconds still to play. Willis with the field goal to make it a 7-3 football game, and the drive beginning when Heath Sherman fumbled deep in Dallas territory. Vince Albritton recovered at the Dallas 7. Sanders, the deep man, waiting to kick from this man, Willis. Thomas Sanders, signed this week by the Eagles. Bouncing kickoff. Sanders out to the 27-yard line. Just 7 seconds left for the Eagles to either attempt the Hail Mary or whatever.
Having Sanders back on that kickoff return is a little bit of a change for the Eagles. They had Marvin Hargrove back there before. Remember the young man who walked in and asked for a tryout from Buddy, and Buddy gave it to him, and he electrified everybody in Philadelphia on his first offensive play against the Cardinals, having caught a pass for a touchdown. But he would normally return the kickoffs, and Sanders is in there doing it now.
Hargrove still returning punts and acting as a wide receiver.
Kicking team, offsides, penalty declined, first down.
So the Eagles will keep the ball where it is at the 26. You see the Dallas scoring drive, a 43-yard field goal by Willis. A 7-3 football game. And the Eagles are just going to run it out here on this down and take their lead into the locker room intact. So two big turnovers, one by each team, holding the scoring down. And at the end of the first half, the score, the Philadelphia Eagles leading Dallas by a score of 7-3. And kind of a mixture of boos and cheers for the Cowboys here, but they really more than held their own against the Eagles through the first half. Moved the ball effectively before coughing it up on the turnover and then having to settle for a field goal. Our coverage will continue after this word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by today's Chevrolet, who invite you to see why more people are winning with the heartbeat of America. Hewlett Packard LaserJet printers, they'll get you noticed. And by Budweiser, with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud.
People at Best Western tell me they're remodeling hundreds of their hotels. When I was remodeling my house, I became like a real general contractor. First week, I didn't show up. Now Best Western is updating lobbies, restaurants, rooms, everything, all without disturbing their guests.
At Best Western, you'll notice the changes, but not the changing.
To tell you the truth, I don't see how they do it.
Over 300 dead batteries and one die-hard battery. Our most powerful ever jump-starts every one. Die-hard. More power when you need it most.
You've heard it said before. It's not just what you say. It's how you say it. LaserJet printers from Hewlett Packard. They'll get you noticed.
I'm a little past the stage of needing a big car to make some kind of statement, but I do like a big car ride.
Meet the 1991 Buick Century. So contemporary, it fits the 90s perfectly. Century, great looks, super gas mileage, all the quality that Buick is becoming famous for.
It's really nice to see this kind of quality in an American product again.
See Century now at your nearest Central New York Buick dealers. Come in. We'll give you something to rave about.
In Syracuse, your right to vote has been tampered with because a small group of people put a two-term limit on the mayor. You can't vote for a mayor again after that, no matter how well the job's been done. That's not democracy, and it doesn't sit right with a lot of people. Now we have one chance to fix it. City Proposition 1 on the ballot gives us back the right to vote for the leader we want. On Election Day, vote yes on City Proposition 1 and protect your right to vote. Paid for by Citizens for Charter Reform.
You folks have been watching the Eagles in Dallas and the Packers and the Vikings. Welcome back to our studios in New York. Greg Gumbel along with Terry Bradshaw. Let's get you caught up to date on what's happening around the league. Beginning with the game at Texas Stadium, pretty much a defensive battle to this point. The Eagles leading the Cowboys by a score of 7-3 at halftime, and Randall Cunningham under some pressure early on, and number 97, Jimmy Johnson, gets to him for the 10-yard loss. But Cunningham comes back with the touchdown pass to Anthony Toney.
Normally it was Chris Carter when he was with the Eagles who would throw the fade route, Cunningham would, but now he goes to backs. Maybe this is how the Eagles plan to score through the air, by coming out of the backfield, throwing the ball.
That's the only touchdown of the first half. We talked in the pregame show about the education of a quarterback. What about Troy Aikman?
You can't play against a free safety like Hopkins and do this. Notice Aikman's eyes. Let me clear it now. He will stare this way for his receiver the entire time. Number 48, the safety, Hopkins, sees the eyes of Aikman and comes out of coverage, comes all the way across, makes the INT, the interception, right here in this area. Watch his eyes. This is just something a young quarterback has to overcome. Stare, 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 and then look. Here comes 48, says, well, look, I'll take a piece of this action. I'll come on over, I'll read your eyes, and I'll get the interception. Nice job.
Dallas has only managed a field goal in the first half. They trail the Eagles 7-3. In Milwaukee, the Green Bay Packers lead the Minnesota Vikings by a score of 10-3 at halftime. You know all about the problems Herschel Walker's been having. First Vikings play of the day, first offensive carry for Herschel. He lost the handle. He fumbled. Green Bay's Robert Brown recovers. Kind of set the tone for the Vikes in the first half. Don Majkowski runs into Big Al Noga here. Noga, number 99, knocks the pass down. But watch Donald Igwebuike. Under pressure, possible indictment coming down. He still nailed a 20-yard field goal. But here comes Darrell Thompson.
And Lenny Infante, head coach of the Packers, wants someone else to lead his team in rushing besides this quarterback. This guy's the #1 draft choice. This is his first NFL rushing touchdown. Maybe this is the site of something big for the Packers.
Reason to celebrate in Milwaukee. It's 10-3 Packers at the half. They're also at halftime in New Orleans, where the Saints are leading the Detroit Lions by a score of 10-7. Jim Mora prowling the sidelines in the Superdome, and he saw Steve Walsh get all kinds of time.
Unusual not to blitz a young quarterback like Walsh. If you blitz him, he doesn't have this much time. The Lions go to zone. Plenty of time for Walsh and Martin to connect.
7-0 at that point, but watch Rodney Peete come back with a 5-yarder to Robert Clark.
This is normally a quick fade route, but notice the receiver and Rodney Peete are on the same page. Clark says, I can't get by the corner. Peete says, I know you can't. Boom, I underthrow it. It's a quick fade that turns into a hook.
So at the half, it is the Saints leading it by a field goal. Also at halftime in Indianapolis, the Dolphins are leading the Colts 17-7. Quarterback Trudeau has been removed from the game with a torn ligament in his right knee. Joe Ferguson replaced him, was ineffective, and so Jeff George has now taken over at quarterback for the Colts, who trail it by 10. At halftime in New England, the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. 14-3 Bills as that game has now started in the second half. Jim Kelly, 8 of 9 for 122 yards in the first half, while Steve Grogan just 6 out of 14 for 68 yards. He's been intercepted once, and he has been sacked once, and the Patriots' problems continue. And halftime at the Astrodome in Houston, where the New York Jets are leading the Oilers 7-6, despite Warren Moon 218 yards passing in the first half, but the Oilers can only manage 2 field goals. Ken O'Brien has thrown 42 yards to Al Toon for the only touchdown of the day. The NFL Today continues here on CBS after this word from your local station.
A 20-year-old murder mystery.
The man has been in prison for a crime he did not commit.
Comes back to haunt Jessica.
The real killer is getting frightened now.
Murder, She Wrote. Then, Jill Eikenberry.
Bunny's kidnapped?
And Michael Tucker.
I'm just borrowing it.
They're not practicing law, they're breaking it. The Secret Life of Archie's Wife. Tonight. WIOU takes you behind the scenes.
You ever make love to a black person? No. Have you?
With some interesting people. WIOU, Wednesday on CBS.
This is CBS.
If you've been waiting to get a great deal on a Dodge Grand Caravan, your wait is over. Right now, get $500 rebate from Chrysler on any 1990 Dodge Grand Caravan in stock. And are we stocked? There are hundreds of Grand Caravans to choose from, ready for immediate delivery. And your Dodge dealers are ready to deal. Don't wait. The selection of 1990 Grand Caravans will never be better. And with $500 rebate, there may never be a better time to buy.
See your Team Dodge dealer and get the advantage. Advantage Dodge.
Ponderosa asks, what did you have for dinner last night?
Fast food.
Peanut butter and crackers. I can't remember.
Liver.
Spinach.
I can't say it.
Leftover pea soup.
Oh, usually we have sandwiches. Popcorn.
Ponderosa has a meal you'll want to remember. Right now, get our shrimp dinner, baked potato, and all-you-can-eat grand buffet, only $3.99. Ponderosa Steakhouse. Our meals are easy to remember. Our prices are hard to forget.
it's out there, it's in here. The 9X Yellow Pages. Why would anyone need another?
Don't just wake up. Rise and shine with News Center 5 this morning.
Philadelphia Eagles leading the Cowboys 7-3. And Tim Ryan with Irv Cross, I think we would have seen more scoring except for 2 turnovers deep, one by the Eagles, one by the Cowboys, that prevented what appeared to be scores at that point.
Well, surprisingly so, both teams seem to be moving the ball very well, particularly the Eagles in that long drive where they came up with a touchdown, had a nice sustained drive with a good mixture of both runs and passes. Now, they told us earlier in order to get their offense going, they have to be able to run the ball. Now, here's Cunningham down there on a 10-yard line, again after this long sustained drive, showing us that offensive line was doing a pretty good job for them. Looks off the defense and hits Anthony Toney for the 10-yard touchdown.
They had 74 yards rushing in the first half to 63 in passing. Then when Dallas got it going with a good drive, Philadelphia came up with the first turnover.
They did. Yeah, Wes Hopkins playing free safety today comes in here and picks this one off. But again, the Cowboys driving the ball inside the 20-yard line, making one big mistake there after a long drive. Finds the Eagles picking off the turnover.
However, the Eagles marched down the field the other way with another good drive, only to be stopped with a fumble by Heath Sherman. So it's a 7-3 ball game as the Cowboys got the field goal from 43 yards out by Willis. And that's how we stand as we await the third quarter here in Dallas.
Even after lying around for 4 years, today's Duracell batteries still give you the life you need. There's a date that proves it. So you've got nothing to be afraid of. Today's Duracell, date-coded for 4 years storage. Get a free Dracula Crayola coloring book with any Duracell battery purchase. Look for the display at your local store.
Now, every time you use the American Express card, you could win a trip anywhere. To do anything. Because American Express is giving away $10,000 dream weekends. One a day, every day for the rest of the year. Every time you use the card, you have another chance to win. Only with the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Live in-concert performance, Optimus. Available at Radio Shack, America's technology store.
Monday. The new season's best comedy series is on Monday.
All right.
The funniest night of the week just got funnier. A special all-new Evening Shade. Then, when Casey feels neglected, will she enlist to get noticed? Or will she recruit the Major for high tea? Perfect. Major Dad after a special Evening Shade Monday.
Has the Flash met his match? I think I'm losing it. I got the Flash's hand. How can we lose? Thursday.
CBS sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Chrysler, where luxury is engineered to give you the advantage. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars. And by McDonald's. You know the one. It's McDonald's for food, folks, and fun.
Tim Ryan and Irv Cross at Texas Stadium, 7-3 Eagles lead. And remember, Dallas has played one more game in this NFC East. They are 3-4, 2 victories over Tampa, helping them to their 3 victories. Now, they had to play the extra week to this point because Philadelphia, as one of the top 4 teams, has had a week off, but Dallas, being 5th last year in the NFC East, has played one more game. So bear in mind that they've played 7, the Eagles have played 6. And in the first half of play, total yardage in favor of Dallas, 155 to 127. Each of the teams have committed a turnover, as we pointed out to you, stopping drives inside the 20-yard line. Cunningham, 7 of 12, 63 yards and a touchdown. Aikman 12 of 21. They've both been pretty sharp. 116 yards for Aikman, 1 interception. A costly one down there at the 10-yard line of Philadelphia.
When you look at those numbers, Tim, you have to believe that both coaching staffs feel they're right on target. You wouldn't have any major changes in the second half in the overall game plan. They'll stay with it and execute.
Again, important to remember the Eagles without 4 of their starters, and they've got Mike Quick on injured reserve. They've got Matt Darwin on injured reserve from the offense, Mike Pitts on injured reserve from the defense, and Jesse Small out with a head injury. This is James Dixon, who can fly, and he's still going. And that gets the crowd up here in Dallas to the 41-yard line. James Dixon came here as a wide receiver, has been converted to a running back, and he's a good return man.
Outstanding return man, Tim. He's brought back a number of long kickoff returns for the Cowboys in the past, particularly once against Kansas City a year or so ago. But here comes Dixon with good speed. But the most important thing is he weaves upfield, taking advantage of all of his blockers, cutting off his blockers to maximize that gain.
40-yard return by Dixon. Good start from the 40 for Dallas. David Bailey stopped him there. To the 30-yard line of Philadelphia, Eric Allen and Andre Waters hauled him down. This was Bo Jackson's caddy at Auburn, showing that he's an NFL quality starting player.
Bo Jackson liked him so well, though, Tim, that when he went to New York to claim his Heisman Trophy, he could have brought one of his teammates with him. The guy he brought, Tommy Agee. How do I know that? I was at the dinner with him, sat between the two of them.
Well, so Bo appreciated Agee's blocking. He blocked for Brent Fullwood down there as well, but obviously a quality running back. And getting his chance to start again today for Dallas on first down. Aikman deep sideline, flags are down, the ball is knocked away. Battle for it, McKinnon and Andre Waters, and they come up, and McKinnon gives Waters a shot in the face mask, and away they go. Well, Bounty Bowl tempers finally explode here after a quiet first half. But if you were going to pick 2 guys who might get it started, you could sure count on Waters and McKinnon.
Well,
McKinnon had that reputation in Chicago of being combative, and Waters is well established.
Well, McKinnon is a feisty kind of a receiver and not going to take anything from any defensive backs, but I really don't know what started that, because it was simply a routine play. Waters went up to go for the ball. Here he knocks McKinnon down legally. Now here he piles on. This is what got him all excited. Now they're talking to each other, and the exchange blows.
Now this always kills me when these guys start throwing punches toward the face mask. Pardon the knuckles.
5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Now that was the first flag. It was a flag down before the little scuffle there, and it was Ben Smith for defensive holding. And so the Cowboys wind up with a first down, and there were no calls for this little incident.
Oh, he kicked him as he walked away. As he stepped over him, Waters was walking away from McKinnon. As he left him, raised his left foot and banged his face mask, and McKinnon didn't like it.
Well, the fans wanted a little of that kind of action, and they got it. And meanwhile, the Cowboys are down in Eagles territory. Emmitt Smith to the 20-yard line. Gain of about 6 for the rookie. 2nd and 4.
Tim, the Cowboys are really concerned coming into this game about trying to get the matchup with Nate Newton and Reggie White. But Coach Johnson said, we think Newton's going to be okay on Reggie White. We have to work the other side. And in this game so far, they've run successfully to the left side of the line with Crawford Kerr on Jerome Brown and Mark Tuinei on Clyde Simmons. They've done a good job there, sealing off the front, allowing those backs to pick a hole.
It's 2nd and 4 from the 20-yard line. A big penalty against the Eagles. Those have been costly deficiencies in the early going of this season for Philadelphia. This time Smith has nowhere to go. Simmons is there and gets some help from Joyner. In fact, Joyner gave Simmons a pretty good shot in the back trying to get in on the tackle.
What they did, though, Tim, was they kicked Simmons outside. Normally, as a defensive end, he might be lined up head on that offensive tackle, but in that particular play, he was removed a man outside, so he was clear, anticipating some kind of an outside maneuver by the Cowboys. Came up and made the play.
So it is a loss on the play, 3rd down to the 25-yard line. 3rd and 9. Dial it down tells us. So here the Cowboys have to muster up again. They got the penalty break. Don't forget that was an incomplete pass down there intended for McKinnon. They get the penalty. Now they've got to convert here, and here comes Joyner, and Aikman had to see him out of the corner of his eye. He unloaded in a hurry to Novacek, incomplete. Joyner was blasting in.
That's how you run a blitz effectively. Number 59, Joyner, steps inside in the middle here. Aikman sees him right now. You see he's looking at him now. Says, I don't have time to set up and throw this ball. Better get rid of it quickly, disrupting his timing. There's Reggie White also putting on the heat.
So 4th down and a field goal try from the 33-yard line. It'll be a 43-yard attempt. Willis connected from this distance late in the first half. Ken Willis has reduced the margin to a single point. We'll be back at Texas Stadium in a moment.
The Cadillac Sedan DeVille.
The Chrysler, 5th Avenue. It's got a driver's side airbag, air conditioning, a powerful engine, available wire wheel covers, room for 6, dual electric mirrors.
As you can see, these two cars offer the same kind of luxury. More or less. Chrysler 5th Avenue.
Now get cashback savings or low APR financing on new 91 models.
In today's higher revving and hotter running engines, wear is a greater problem than ever before. Oil breakdown can shorten the life of vital engine parts. That's why there's Castrol. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol, because driving today can be a grind. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Why do fools fall in love? Why do opposites attract? Why do gentlemen prefer blondes? Why do women have all the answers? Why? Ask. Why? Dry. Cold filtered for smooth draft taste. Dry brewed for no aftertaste. Because if true love's not the answer, true refreshment must be.
Tim Ryan across at Texas Stadium. And the Dallas Cowboys have closed to within a point. 2 minutes and 49 seconds used up on a 34-yard drive by the Cowboys. Willis's second field goal from 43 yards out. And Jimmy Johnson got to feel pretty good about how well his team has played here very competitively, not just score-wise, but they've been able to advance the ball on defense, make one big play on the fumble recovery down in their own end, generally keep the high-powered pass offense of Philadelphia in check. This is Kenny Jackson. Jackson, a good return out to the 37-yard line. A veteran wide receiver bringing it back upfield in good field position. So Rich Kotite, there's Kenny Jackson. Now, Rich Kotite, the offensive coordinator, new this year, put in a new offense. Finally, last week, Buddy Ryan did say, you know, it's taken a while for my guys to learn this offense. At the beginning of the year, he thought he didn't have to say that. They should be able to pick it up quickly.
Well, they're coming around, but he has to be a little bit disappointed. They've only scored 7 points so far. The Cowboys coming in this game are ranked 14th in total defense. The Eagles are 6th in total offense, but they haven't been able to get the touchdowns.
One thing they have been able to do is to run the ball effectively, as they did there with Byers. Byers had been asked by Philadelphia reporters how he feels about no longer being the running back that he came out of Ohio State to be. He's now kind of an all-purpose back, as Byers' bundle tells us.
Well, he does it all, but he said that he'll play anywhere the team needs him. And you can see that his average rushing yards through the season really isn't that great, but He's one of the leading receivers in the league. So he does it all. Right on average right now. 2 rushes and 3 passes caught.
Second down and 3. Fires again, and he'll pull his way for a first down. So again, the run offense of the Eagles having some effect against this aggressive front 4 of Dallas. Noonan made the stop with help from Del Rio.
Gene Lockhart, number 56 in the middle there for the Cowboys. Tim says, you know, I'm the 4th middle linebacker in the Dallas Cowboys history, and I take great pride in being able to play this spot because some great players played that position here in Dallas, and he just feels honored to be in the middle.
Well, he hopes to see his name up there where he's been looking up and seeing Leroy Jordan, Tubbs, and Bob Brunig, and he wants to be up there. On first down, about a yard. Tony. It'll be 2nd and 9, so the Eagles seem to be trying to make that run work for them as much as possible. You get the feeling that suddenly we're going to see Cunningham go deep. Jim McMahon, colorfully attired on the sideline, signaling in the plays when required. Cunningham with good time, but Jackson, well defended by the linebacker Del Rio, got a hand on that ball, tipping it away.
Boy, Jack Del Rio has tremendous position here on Keith Jackson. This ball was nearly picked off, but again, Del Rio, as a linebacker on a strong side, must stay inside of Jackson. Here he shadows him step for step, gets his hand on the ball, almost comes up with an interception because he had terrific coverage. Again, hold up that tight end and stay with him step for step, staying on his inside shoulder. Del Rio gets an A on that play.
3rd down and 9. One of those early big plays in a football game. If the Cowboys can stop him here, it's a morale boost when they do. With a sack, what a way to do it. Daniel Stubbs back to the 35, and that gets the crowd alive. 13-yard loss. Eagles' offensive line have been playing well, but the Cowboys sacked Cunningham that time.
Tim, Dallas felt there's one place they could work on their front. It would be Danny Stubbs against Reggie Singletary. Number 96 Stubbs breaks down Singletary, makes a big sack.
So if Eagles has to feel the low snap, he does it well. And it takes an Eagle bounce all the way down near the 20-yard line. So we'll be back at Texas Stadium. It'll be Cowboy ball, and they trail by 1.
What is McDonald's McRib sandwich?
It's saucy. What it is. Sassy. What it is. Smothered. Spicy. It's full of flavor. Yeah. It's really something. Yo, it's depth. Juicy. Smoking. McRib. What it is.
And now with large fries and an icy Coke, it's McRib Pack.
You know the one McDonald's for food, fun, and fun.
Introducing an easier way for your family to call you at home.
Hi.
New MCI Personal 800. Now they don't need a calling card.
Honey. It's my sister. You've got to go right now.
They don't need any money.
Hi, Mom.
Sweetheart. It's Bobby.
You gotta go.
They can call you anytime from any phone.
Susan, we gotta go.
New MCI Personal 800.
It's the phone.
No, it's not.
A very new, very affordable way to stay in touch.
Presenting the $9,500 Advantage. It comes with the Chrysler New Yorker 5th Avenue, which comes with a fuel-efficient 3.3-liter V6, a standard driver's airbag, better owner care than any Cadillac sedan, and a price tag $9,500 less than Cadillac Sedan DeVille. Chrysler 5th Avenue. Luxury with a $9,500 Advantage.
Now get the added advantage of cash back or low APR financing on new 91 models.
William S. Cable, tribute to a broadcasting giant, Wednesday at 8.
Here's Jeff Beagle's punt just before he went to commercial. He gets a low snap here from Harper LaBelle, and Jimmy Johnson was telling us that when he was at Miami with him, he had 3 punts blocked. Did a good job getting that one away under tough conditions.
First down from the 20-yard line for the Cowboys. Aikman is 12 of 22 at this point. Off to Agee on the screen, and the Eagles all over that, but Agee does a good job running a long way to turn it into about a 2-yard gain as he was stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Joyner and Brown finally get him down. Had to run miles to do it.
The defense really wasn't fooled at all by that screen action, Tim. As soon as the center and guard ease off and begin to slide off to the right or left, defensive lineman will go down the line with them. The Eagles, an experienced defensive team, didn't go for the screen maneuver.
So it's 2nd down and 8. Dallas 22. You see the Eagles offensive line, which overall has had a pretty good day until that last sack. Try to repair whatever mistake was made on that one. 2nd down. Taken out to Highsmith. Highsmith is pulled down after a gain of about 5 by Al Harris. Alonzo Highsmith coming over from Houston in a trade. They thought he might be more of an impact player right away, but he's had difficulty getting into this offense and has been dropping the football some in passing downs. So he lost his starting job to Agee.
It's really funny. We saw Highsmith over at the Eagles Hotel last night to meet his old ex-Miami teammate Jerome Brown. I guess they went out to dinner together, but he's had some trouble picking up the offense, dropping some passes, and what he likes to do is run the football and block. He's a very good lead blocker.
There's his old Miami teammate Brown waiting to get back into the fray here on 3rd and 2. Short drop from Aikman. Delivers the ball for a 1st down. Alexander Wright, the rookie, number 81, makes the catch.
The only way for him to catch this ball, Tim, is to have it thrown perfectly because Ben Smith is all over him. This is excellent coverage by the defensive back. As the ball arrives, Smith arrives with it, but Wright makes a sensational catch. I'd like to have him make a living catching footballs in the National Football League.
Ooh, not with the kind of hits that you have to take. And that Smith is a hitter, as we said earlier. 2nd catch of the day for the rookie. 1st down at the 35-yard line.
Wright has world-class speed, Tim. He's kind of 4.2 in the 40-yard dash. The only player I've seen in a football field that can do that is number 22 here, Bob Hayes, years ago.
And that was Agee for about 5 yards to the 40. So the Cowboys, like the Eagles, having a successful mix of run and pass. Simmons and Hopkins made the tackle. Again, if you joined us late, Izell Jenkins out with an injury. Ben Smith moving over to left corner from free safety. And Wes Hopkins, the veteran, getting the free safety start. And of course, Mike Golick is playing at left tackle for the injured Mike Pitts. 2nd down and 6. Pitts will be out for at least another month. Flags everywhere. We saw Golick step over, and looks like he may this time have been drawn over by the Cowboys.
False start, number 67, offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
The referee Howard Rowe recognizes John Giesick. His offensive linemen, that's about the only time they get their names mentioned when they make a mistake. Holding penalties being the ones they really hate to be nabbed on. Second and 10. 11. Aikman, a short pass to Agee out of the backfield. And he gets about 10 of that back. It'll leave 3rd down and a long yard. Close to 2. Tripped up by Al Harris. Harris starting for the injured Jesse Small with a concussion suffered last week. Reliable guy, can play defensive end, play linebacker for you.
Been in a lot of big games. Super Bowl team with the Chicago Bears.
There's Jesse Small on the sideline that came with the team on the road trip. And he's coming back from that head injury last week.
Buddy said he's going to bring him as his bodyguard.
Yeah. Well, he's also got a cop down there watching him. Right again. Gets the 1st down. Cowboys to the 47-yard line.
Again, with Alexander Wright's speed, you have to respect that. You don't want to play him too tight, but in the meantime, you can't just give up a short pattern like this either. But Wright just running a short pattern here in the flat picks it up easy before Ben Smith brings it. Again, Smith is going to go with him no matter where he's going to be lined up, whether he's on the corner or inside in the slot. Smith goes with him all over the field. Tough assignment today with a man with that kind of speed.
5 completions in a row for Aikman. They've all been short, but they've been on the mark. And they now are approaching midfield on this drive at the 47. Eagles blitzing. That receiver is Novacek. And Aikman again delivers for a 5-yard gain. Hopkins hauls him down.
The key here, though, is that number 59, Seth Joyner, shows early. Aikman sees him. He knows the blitz is coming right now. You see him looking at him now. He knows his dog, so he's going to look for his hot receiver. And he finds Novacek having flat, getting the ball away before the blitzer arrives. It's a pre-snap read, and the quarterback has that much time to know what's going to happen before the ball snaps. You get lots of completions.
Steve Kaufusi comes in for Jerome Brown on second down and about 6 for the Cowboys. This is Emmitt Smith getting away from one tackle and digs for the first down. Jerome Brown. They make it Simmons, number 96. Making the tackle, but not before Smith got the first down, and there's an injured Eagle down. Might be Reggie White.
Yeah, it does look like it. I believe it is.
That's who it is. So we'll be back at Texas Stadium in a moment.
On Wall Street, fortunes are won and lost and won again before 10:30. Amid the halls of ivy, the best ideas often come and go before 10:30. And on the back lots of Hollywood, love often blooms and fades before 10:30. Which is why Federal Express delivers before 10:30 at more places around the country than anyone else. Federal Express, absolutely, positively the best in the business.
3 reminders from a leader in 4-wheel drive and all-wheel drive technology. 1. Don't try this without the advantage of 4-wheel drive. 2. Don't try this without the advantage of all-wheel drive. And 3. Don't try 1 or 2 without the advantage of Jeep or Eagle.
Hey!
In Street Hikers by LA Gear at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
It's Halloween magic with blockbuster comedy.
Learn to throw your voice, fool your friends, fun and party.
Batman's Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, and Gina Davis star in Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Tuesday.
Reggie White has been attended to on the field and has now come off under his own power, and looked as though he might have got his bell rung, as the expression goes there. Although we couldn't see it, looking at it on videotape to see whether he was actually kneed in the head or something, but a little collision that seemed to knock him a little woozy. So he's out of there, and Greg Mark is in to replace him on first down, Cowboys. Alonzo Highsmith picks up about 5, coming straight ahead. Number 32. Highsmith, the 4-year man out of Miami, and losing the starting job to Agee today, but you know, we heard some of the Bears saying if he was, not some of the Bears, some of the Eagles, if he was over here, Buddy Ryan would probably turn him into a linebacker if he was playing for Philadelphia.
Well, he likes the head. He's a very aggressive football player, but his father's a football coach, too, at Texas Southern, and he used to tell him years ago that, son, never give a coach an excuse to bench him. He's been benched here in Dallas because he hasn't quite caught on to this offense, but he says he wants to work his way back.
2nd and 5. This is Emmitt Smith. He gets a couple. There's Mark making the tackle. Greg Mark, the rookie, also from Miami. A lot of Hurricanes out here on both sides of the ball. And Mark has hurt his elbow or his arm, it appears. He's in there for Reggie White. And White is back on the field. And it looks like one of those contact lens problems there with Calfusi.
I think he's got a combination of things going. Let's see what happens. So Mark, number 91, playing the defense. Here he is sort of piling on. He's trying to clean off the tackle, and looked like he might have just had the wind knocked out of him. See, when he hit the pile there, he goes down on one of his teammates' knees and also hurt his arm at the same time. So sort of got a double shot there.
So Greg Mark gets some attention down here, and White, meanwhile, has come back on the field. Mark was on replacing him. So with this little timeout for an injury on the field, we'll be back at Texas Stadium in a moment. 7-6, Philadelphia.
Chrysler Fifth Avenue, Imperial, and New Yorker Salon are all engineered with ABS brakes, so you're safer when you drive. With our hands-free visor phone, you're safer making a call. Our remote entry system means you're safer at night. And our driver's airbag means you're safer in an accident. Chrysler Safety, because the most important thing that goes into our cars is you.
Now get cashback savings or low APR financing on new 91 models.
We built this business
To give you vision, style,
built this business
to help entertain you.
We built this business to build your
ITT built these businesses into leaders. We built them by taking care of people.
We built this business. We built this business to build
My very sensitive Laker brother, Vlade Divac, just shaved off his beard with the new Chic Slim Twin Plus.
How'd it go, Vlade?
Now it's a women.
How do you like the new Aloe Comfort Strip?
I'm no longer irritating.
The new Slim Twin Plus with Aloe from Chic.
When you own your own business, you sweat every detail.
Avis is the only major rent-a-car company owned by its employees. And they're trying harder with a 49-step quality control program to give you a well-maintained car. Avis, we're trying harder than ever.
Greg Mark having his arm attended to on the Eagles sideline. He had been in to replace Reggie White, who had been helped off the field. But White's back out there now at left defensive end, number 92. Meanwhile, it's 3rd and 2 for the Cowboys. Tommy Agee is left with a pulled hamstring. And a little delay getting this started, and a timeout taken by the Cowboys. So something got messed up there, but for an NFL update, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Tim, thank you. At New Orleans, Jimmy Williams will pick off the fumble by Reuben Mays here and bring it back 53 yards for the touchdown. Saints have turned the ball over 5 times today, and running down a time in the 3rd quarter, it's 17-10, Lions over the Saints. Tim?
Thanks, Greg. Well, that sounds like an interesting ball game over there. The Saints off to a struggling start. They've got Steve Walsh. They hope can bring him back. Jimmy Johnson can't be pleased with that second timeout, in effect, because they had one with the injury just seconds earlier.
Yeah, they had a freebie when the Eagles had to call a timeout because of the White injury, and then you break the huddle and you call another timeout. That's basically because you have a young quarterback who's, just hasn't gone through these things yet.
Doesn't want to make a mistake either.
He doesn't want to make a mistake.
On a 3rd and 2. And that's how it stands. Inside the Eagles 35. Play action. Aikman. A lot of time to find somebody, but nobody to throw to. A flag down as Aikman steered out of bounds by the linebacker, Byron Evans. And there may have been a hold here against Dallas along that line of scrimmage once he started to scramble.
Makes you wonder why now they decided to call a timeout. He probably wanted to decide it.
Call against the Eagles.
Eagles. Wow.
Big break for Dallas here.
The big man here, number 95, they're trying to control this This is Novacek. So number 95, Al Harris, grabs a hold of Novacek's jersey. You see, Novacek trying to go upfield to release for a pass route, and Harris won't let him go. He's caught in between there. He had to rush the quarterback and hold on to the tight end at the same time, and he just couldn't quite do it.
Well, Aikman actually had made the first down prior to the infraction being called, so Aikman did his job getting to that marker, and then they get the extra 5 yards and a first down at the 27-yard line.
That's the problem when a quarterback rolls free like that to the outside. The end man on the line, whether it's a defensive end or a linebacker, has to A, either drop back and cover a receiver, or B, come up and force the quarterback and make him enforce him. And Harris is in an in-between position and got caught.
51 yards on this drive. Cowboys have been able to do this effectively. That pass is deflected and turns up incomplete. Good charge by the Eagles on that play. Al Harris and Joyner, the linebackers, blitzing, playing that aggressive style of defense.
You expect this from the Eagles, Tim. It's an all-out blitz. The linebackers are coming, but Aikman delivering and ducking, which is a smart move on his part, winds up feeling the heat of the Eagles' blitz. Al Harris, the man putting on most of the pressure.
2nd and 10 from the Eagles' 28. This is the situation in which Buddy Ryan expects his team to come up with either sacks or turnovers. Blitzing again. They go out with flags everywhere. It's Michael Irvin, and he'll be close to a first down if the play stands up. Spot of the ball would appear to give him a first down, or very close to it, but the penalty is against Dallas.
Michael Irvin wound up with a big catch last week for the Dallas Cowboys in the closing seconds of the game in Tampa Bay.
Number 32, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Illegal procedure against Highsmith.
So Michael Irvin came with a big catch last week against Tampa Bay and for the win, and he had his eyes closed when he caught that touchdown pass, and he was asked about it. He said, "I catch balls better that way," as he closed his eyes.
I can see when I blink. It's an interesting eyesight thing he has happening there. 2nd down and 15. Aikman changing something up there in the blitz again. He tried to get it off to Novacek. Couldn't deliver the ball as Joyner's just been blowing in there, and Aikman knows it's coming. Novacek knows it's coming. That time he just couldn't get the ball off fast enough.
Well, the Eagles have the attitude, Tim, they don't care if you know the blitz is coming. Block us. And if you try to pick up everybody, you can't quite get it because somebody's going to be free. We're always going to have 3 on 2 or 4 on 3. And in this case, that's the case here again. Number 59, Seth Joyner, coming through scot-free because everybody else is tied down. Aikman could do nothing but just throw it away.
So 3rd and 15. Eagles lead 7-6. 44 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. In and out of the hands of Wright. Would not have had first down yardage there. Sammy Lilly and Eric Allen both arriving at the ball. So the Eagles defense does the job, and that brings up 4th down. And Willis will come in for a little longer try. He's got 2 43-yarders, accounting for all of the Dallas points as we see the work by Eric Allen. And the drop by Wright. A 51-yard try now for Willis. His 43-yarders are his long field goals of this season. Rookie from Kentucky. Free agent. No good. Wide to the right from Willis from 51 yards away, so the Eagles have stopped the Cowboys with 35 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Henry Waters getting a rest on the Eagles bench. Engaged in a brief altercation with McKinnon. Did not draw any flags for it. I would call that about a draw if you were scoring it in a boxing match. And McKinnon may wind up with the bruised knuckles from the face guard of Waters. Jimmy Johnson would say, boy, if we'd punch it in there and get ahead of these guys, make them play catch-up. But instead, the Eagles, with a 1-point lead, take over at the 33. On first down to Byers, and he one-hands it and holds on. Pickup of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Good catch by Byers. So coming up next, more football activity here on CBS Sports. A big one in the Eastern Division of the NFC. The Giants unbeaten at 6-0 against Washington in second place at 4-2. Some of you will see the Bears off to a great start at 5-1 against the Phoenix Cardinals. Not an easy team, even though they have a 2-4 mark. Joe Bugel's got them playing hard football. Tim Rosenbaugh developing as a quarterback. Second down. Cunningham, he's got running room. Trying to get to the marker, dives, and he'll be close. Del Rio dove with him, trying to stop him short of the first down. It's interesting listening to Cunningham talking about his running style last night, Herb. He said, you know, sometimes I give him a little wiggle-waggle there and try to juke him, and sometimes I try to run at them. And he said, I got to mix it up because I don't want them to be getting their sights set on me. I know I'm going to be running the ball a lot.
Yeah, that's right. He takes a lot of hits, but he's a wiry kind of a guy. Has you know, of course, a long, rangy body, but a very strong young man, very quick. But he absorbs most of those blows when he gets tackled.
He does, especially on the sacks. He says that's something